It's the 17th of April. I'm Jerusha Sukhtheorath and you're watching News 24 Live. We're going to have a look at newspaper front pages, but really it's devastating news of a xenophobic or anti-xenophobia peace march in Durban yesterday that was tried to be upset by protesters. If we start off on the front page of The Star, here we have March Unravels. Xenophobia blights peace initiative despite calls for restraint. We can see that police officers here in the Durban CBD had to use here pictured tear gas, but we also know that water cannons and rubber bullets and stun grenades were used to try and disperse a crowd of people who were demanding that foreigners leave the country. This all happened as about 2,000 people were marching peacefully through the Durban CBD to City Hall to stand in solidarity with foreign nationals in the country. Of course, we know that it was really disrupted by these protesters. On the front page of the Mercury, no to xenophobia, it says here, featuring the peace march. If we move on to the front page of the Witness in KZN, not xenophobes, Tutsis. Police say attacks were just criminality as immigrants flee after the threats, although that's certainly difficult to believe, as we know many of the people News 24 reporters have been speaking to on the ground have specifically said that they want foreign nationals to leave the country. On the front page of the Pretoria News, Stop Xeno Attacks, it says Zuma calls for an end to violence, but also backs locals' gripes. Now, Zuma was speaking in Parliament yesterday. And on the front page of Beeld, here we have Take Your Things and Go. This referring, of course, to the xenophobic attacks too. Yesterday, we saw via Twitter that many foreign nationals were being bussed out of the country for their safety back to their home countries like Mozambique. On the front page of the Daily Dispatch, chaos erupts at Durban March. Thousands say no to hate attacks on the front page of the Cape Argus. And the Citizen, Jay-Z ducks again. President Jacob Zuma was yesterday spared the wrath of opposition parties, demanding to know when he will pay back the money after House Speaker Baleka Mbete only allowed him to speak about xenophobic violence. Underneath that, taking a stand, it shows the peaceful protesters marching to City Hall. On the front page of the Herald, Give Peace a Go, xenophobia with the word crossed out, pictured on the front page of the Eastern Cape newspaper. On the front page of Die Burger, it's enough, says Africa. The Times, Africa strikes back, SA workers in Mozambique taken to safe camps after threats of revenge attacks. The front page of the Sowetan, xenophobia, Zuma will get soldiers to help. And the front page of the Business Day, finally, tense, President calls for faster state action to deal with the attacks. We'll be keeping you up to date on these xenophobic attacks and the subsequent stories coming out of them. Stay tuned to News 24 Live.